Hello, here to tell you how you can help support your child through the GCSE course. I'm going to cover some of the topics which we've already looked at so far, and then look at what we're going to be covering in the future, and then different ways in which you can work with your child to help get the best out of the course for them. So far this year we have covered, well this year and last year, we have covered the musculoskeletal system, including all bones and muscles, major muscle groups which we are required for the course, the cardiovascular system, including the heart and the blood vessels, and the respiratory system, which is our whole breathing mechanism from how we take the air from outside of our body into our lungs and then filter that into our bloodstream. We've also looked at anaerobic and aerobic energy and how that is used within sport, and different ways different sports use the energy systems together, and how we then recover from exercise as well. Sports psychology, looking at things such as arousal, arousal control methods, feedback guidance, and things along those lines. And then we've also looked at our fitness components with Miss Lee, alongside fitness testing and training methods on how to improve those fitness components, and health and well-being, including somatotyping, diets, sedentary lifestyles, etc., etc. So quite a lot has been covered so far, which means that we've been left with not actually that much to cover throughout the course of this year. We have got levers and movement analysis, which is probably the most trickiest aspect of the course to learn about, because it's quite a foreign subject and it relates quite a lot to physics, but it is interesting once we get to grips with it. We have then got a few aspects of sport in society, including barriers to participation, drugs in sport, including performance-enhancing drugs as well as recreational drugs, and hooliganism and sponsorship, and how that has an impact on sport. Our main focus this half term is looking at completing the coursework, which we're going to be using both myself and Miss Lee's lessons to finish what we term as the NEA. Looking forward in terms of ways in which you can help support, after we've talked about the COVID-19 changes, of which there has only really been significant changes to the practical. They're no longer assessed in the 3 sports, as I mentioned in the email I sent out earlier this term. They're now assessed in only 2, but they can be both team sports or both individual activities. But they are, as I've said before, worth the same percentage of the final grade, which, including the coursework element, is 40%. What we are saying can be done at home is that, really simply, we have given all students in the group a smart revision textbook, which comes along with a mark scheme as well. So there's a series of exam questions which they can work through in that book alongside a mark scheme, so that they can mark themselves, or you can sit down and mark them with them. Some fun different ways in which you can work together with your child are some revision games, such as speed dating, where you ask your child to write down as much information about a topic as you possibly can, set a timer for them, and then they have to try and list them back to you, and then you tick them off to say well done if they've got enough of them, or if they've missed any out, you can then recover them afterwards. But importantly, from our perspective, the most challenging aspect is the video evidence, as everything now is no longer done through a live moderation. It's now a postal moderation, which means we have to send video evidence off to the moderators about how well our pupils perform. So if and when sport does return, as I mentioned in the email sent out early this year, please assist with getting as much video evidence as possible of your child performing at the highest possible level, which they will do outside of school. And importantly, for their physical and mental health, please just encourage them to be physically active. We all know the benefits of that going forward. It's going to be really vital. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with either myself through my email, which is on the screen here, or Miss Lee, who's also, her email is on the screen there as well. Thank you very much.